Hi Year 5, I'm now back with the penultimate installment of the final chapter. That means the section before the final section. In the previous section, we had sort of got a really lovely, vivid visual of Lila and Lalchan's firework display for the competition. And there was a lot of tension and the author really built up the tension as we thought that Lila and Lalchan perhaps didn't perform to their full capabilities. But we know near the end of the chapter that both the audience and the other firework makers were very impressed with the display, and they received a very sort of loud cheer and applause. So we're going to carry on with the next section now. Of course, the court official timing the applause had to give up. It was obvious to everyone who had won, and Lalchan and Lila went up to the royal platform where the king was waiting to present the prize. "I keep my word," the king said quietly. "Lalchand, you are free. Take this prize, the pair of you, and enjoy the festival." Hardly knowing what was happening, Lila and Lalchand wandered back to the darkness of the firing area under the trees. And he might have been going to say something, and she might have spoken too, but suddenly the air was filled with the sound of a mighty trumpet. Who could that possibly be, I wonder? "It's Hamlet," said Lila. "Look, he's excited about something." A moment later, they saw what the elephant had seen, and Lila clapped her hands for joy. A little figure came strolling onto the grass in front of the royal platform and bowed elegantly to the king. So who might this little figure be? I'll let you have a think. It was Chulak. "Your Majesty," he said, and everyone stopped to hear what he was going to say. "In honor of your great wisdom and generosity to all your subjects, and in celebration of your many glorious years on the throne and the hope of many even more glorious ones ahead, and as a tribute to the splendor of your courage and your dignity, and in recognition—" "He's on the verge of being cheeky," Lalchan said as Chulak went on. "I can see the king tapping his foot. That's a bad sign." "So, Your Majesty," Chulak finished, "I have the honor to present to you a group of the finest musicians ever heard, who will sing a selection of vocal gems for your delight. Your Majesty, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, Rambashi's Melody Boys." "I don't believe it," said Lila, but she had to, because they were Rambashi's ex-pirates in person, wearing smart scarlet jackets and tartan sarongs. Rambashi himself, beaming all over his broad face, gave a deep bow and prepared to conduct them. But before he could begin, there was an interruption. One of the dancing girls who had accompanied the royal procession from the palace suddenly squealed and cried, "Chang!" And one of the Melody Boys held out his arms and cried, "Lotus Blossom!" "What did he say?" said Lalchan. Locust Bottom." The young couple ran to each other with their arms outstretched, but stopped, embarrassed, as they realized that everyone was watching. "Well, go on," said the king. "You might as well." So they kissed shyly, and everyone cheered. "And now I'd like an explanation, please," said the king. "I was a carpenter, Your Majesty," said Chang, "and I thought I ought to seek my fortune before I asked Lotus Blossom to marry me. So I went off and sought it, and that's what I'm doing here, Your Majesty." "Well, you'd better start singing then," said the king. So Chang ran back to the Melody Boys, and Rambashi counted them in, and they began to sing a close harmony song called "Down by the Old Irrawaddy." "They're very good, aren't they?" said Lalchand. So as we can see, the theme and the sort of the vibe in the book has changed now, and there seems to be a real air of celebration and happiness. And I'll meet you in the next video where we'll be finishing off the Firework-Maker's daughter. See you then.